King Jack, what's going on, everybody? I want to talk to you about what's going on. George Field, he unfortunately passed away from the effects of police brutality. The whole world is in flux right now. I've said this amongst peers. I may have said this in a video prior. I'm not completely sure. I know I've said it to peers. Also, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but Tupac called this. He really did. The world is in flux. It's in chaos. More specifically, the black community is outraged right now, and with good reason. Let's call this for what it is. I think that the officer, along with the other officers, were completely wrong. The police officer's job is to protect and serve. I kind of feel like the judicial system is getting a little, well, there's no getting a little at this point. They have been carried away from that, and it's been getting progressively worse throughout the years. I think it's very sad that Mr. George passed the way he did. I think it's very unfortunate that it's really unfortunate that not only was the officer actually charged with like third degree BS, but now he has a bail. The bail is $500,000, and I'd imagine he's gonna get out. I've told people this, that I've gone off what I've seen on social media and the little bit of information I've gathered on my own. It's only a matter of time before that officer specifically is out. Unfortunately, there's no justice. That's not justice at all. He's gonna bail out. He's gonna, well, basically just be back to his regular self. This is terrible. This is terrible. Not only has the riot started in the state that it actually happened in, but now there's other states that are actually basically, they had enough. It's bad because the judicial system, I've always had like the worst luck. Well, not compared to these victims, but you can't continue to treat unfortunately we're some minorities, but you can't continue to treat minorities the way you're doing and not expect them to retaliate. I believe that true justice would be this officer and the other officers to endure their life sentences and be removed from society. I'm willing to bet money that's not the first time they've gone too far with black people. I'm willing to bet money. But at the same time, enough is enough. It's only a matter of time before, well, it's starting now. I can't say it's only a matter of time before the community snap. They're starting to snap. A handful of states, as I've already stated, are snapping, and it's going to continue. All of the older people, like significantly older people, like say comedians or rappers who were more down to earth, logical, realistic, the kind of like the Tupacs, the Eddie Griffin, he spoke on this. He was speaking about how the injustices that black people have endured for years, it'll eventually reach its point to where They're not going for it no more. Now, instead of just these peaceful protests, now we're seeing riots. It's very, very sad. I think that they were absolutely right. You can't continue to do the African American community the way you're doing and just expect us to just roll over on our back and say we'll get them another day. No, now the world is starting to see the problem. My issue is, how to word this correctly. Okay, right is right and wrong is wrong. I think the officer was completely wrong. There's no other way to say it. The proper justice would be life sentences for the officers involved. I believe the state owes the family, definitely. I also believe that these riots aren't necessarily the way. And I get it. If it's always been that us or else mentality, which is unfortunately true. It's only getting worse. It's been getting worse year after year after year. But now we're in a social media age where we can all see it for face value. And it's so sad. It truly is. I think that I don't think the riots are the right way to do this. I do not think so. I think that the riots itself should stop. I think it's a lot. It's a lot to put all together, but people of the older generation should have known that this was going to happen. I wish I could join in the protests going on in Atlanta, but when duty calls, duty calls. Hate for them to, make an example out of me of all people. That's for another video. I encourage all my people in the Black community to fight for what's right. I would encourage a better way than a protest. Not a protest, than a riot. I would encourage a better way. If I could think of a better way, I would definitely speak on it briefly in the video. But I, at this moment, actually can't think of another alternative to these atrocities. I really can't. I said it to a handful of people. I'll say it on my channel. I love our Black people. I love our Black men. Of course, I love our Black women. And I do encourage everybody to stay safe. I encourage everybody to not only protect yourself at all times, but be protective of each other. What'll likely happen is that, okay, if what I gather was correct, the bail set for that officer specifically was $500,000. In the state of Minnesota, I think it's essentially like all the other states. So he goes to a bail company, pays that 10%, boom, he's out. Then he's back out in the streets. Which, like I said, that's not justice. That's not justice. He doesn't need a bond. He doesn't. He needs to do what remains of his life behind bars. What he did was wrong. It cost a man his life because he did something that was horribly wrong. Protect and serve, not strangle with your knee. Very big difference. Very big difference. I pray my people stay safe. I pray my people don't get hurt, because it's only going to get worse until true justice is served. I wish I could be in Atlanta to join my people, because I would. But unfortunately, I'm doing this. So, there's nothing I can really do. I'll be hopeful. I'll continue to watch the media. Hopefully true justice is brought after all this. Like I said, I'll say it again. I don't necessarily think the riots are a good idea, but we need a better alternative, and we need true justice, first of all. But I also think we do need a better alternative. A better alternative can ensure a better future in hopes of this senseless killing of black people, because that's truly what it is. This got to stop. It has to stop. I hope it stops, because now, as you all see, black people aren't having it no more. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get progressively worse. But y'all stay safe.
You're a monster.
I can swallow a bottle of alcohol in a feel like Godzilla.